Look, you're gonna face obstacles. There are obstacles you're gonna have, and that's okay. But when you have negative, nasty, down people around you, that makes it so much worse. If you have people who are constantly negative around you, who are constantly putting you down, putting down what you're doing, literally don't spend time with those people. Get rid of them. Sometimes people will say, oh, I just want to bring them up, help them, which is fine, but that doesn't mean you have to have them on your inner circle constantly telling you why everything is bad and while you're trying to help them. Do help them, but do spend time improving yourself, getting more training, getting more understanding of life, getting things done, accomplishing your goals. You're gonna be so much happier doing that. I'm really picky about who I listen to. When somebody tells me something's not possible, somebody tells me, oh, well, you can't do that, I pretty much ignore them. I really don't care. If somebody wants to tell me that something's not possible, I do not listen to them at all. And I have a story for you guys on this. There was a time where I could have really listened to some naysayers that I had. I had some people who were like negative blah, 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 in my life. Now, my company was much smaller. We were doing a much lower volume. I had about 8 staff at the time, and I wanted to build something amazing. I wanted to build something big, but I had some problems. We had this little home office separate setup. The road was here, the house was here. So, and in Florida, it'll rain. It'll rain, like it'll be clear blue sky, and 5 minutes later it's like rain, and then you literally go back outside again and it's 5 minutes later and it's clear blue sky. It would rain, the water would come on the roof, and that would have been okay except for there was a mango tree in the courtyard. And the mango tree has these massive leaves and they fall over the gutter. So the water would come on the roof and they would land on the roof and they would come over the gutter. And so what would happen is I'd be in this little office space that we had, and I would be on the phone with a client. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll take care of that for you. And I would turn around and the water would be flooding into our office, inside the office. You know the term like you bail out a boat, right? You bail out like this little thing because it's got a hole in it. So you're there with a bucket bailing out a boat. Not so many people had to bail out a house, right? So I had the guys in there in the office and I would say, yeah, no, keep working, it's fine, I got it. I'd run outside with one of those yellow ponchos and I would pull leaves out of the gutters so that the water would go back down and it would stop flooding in our office. And this happened over and over and over and over again. And we had people coming out there to try to figure out what was going on. I had people who were telling me I wasn't gonna succeed. I had somebody who literally said, what you're going to do is fail. I had somebody tell me that straight to my face, you're gonna fail. I don't even care. It's not even like I got annoyed or like blah, blah, blah. Literally, I just ignore it. It's like, okay, cool, man. And then next, move on. I don't get riled up or like attack or fight because it doesn't matter. I just move on. We go out to this trade show and it was an industry trade show and we're like, yeah, let's do some great things. So we actually get this opportunity to pitch a very large company, a Fortune 500 company. And we only had 72 hours to prepare for this. So we actually had to create designs of what we were gonna do. We had to create mock-ups and examples of these things to say, here's what we're gonna do. I didn't even have the real thing. And these guys came to us and said, well, when can you start delivering this? And we said, now. I will tell you, we worked long hours. I was up till way early. I was late at night, early in the morning, till like 5 in the morning. And then David, our partner, my partner, he would get up at 5 in the morning and then he would start, and I would tell him, here's what we were working on. And then he would start working and I would go sleep for a few hours. Then I would get back up and we would keep working on it. And we literally repeated the same thing. We pulled off creating something that most businesses have failed to do in years. We pulled off in basically 3 months. Meanwhile, we actually had to service these customers because the guy said, can you service them? We said, yes. So we had temporary solutions for servicing these people while we actually built the whole technology. Now, I could have had my attention on the fact that I had a very small business, that I was working 20 hours a day, that I was broke, and I had a house and an office that flooded. I had some things stacked against me, and I could have focused on all of those points and said, I can't do this. But we pulled it off, we made it happen, and we've had that customer for years now. And the main sources of bad news that I see that make you not want to do anything are naysayers, bad people that you have around you, negative people that you have surrounding you. Right? And that can be friends, that can be family, it doesn't matter, you can have that. News. gosh, don't get me started. Everything in the news is bad news. It's all death and destruction. Everything you watch, pretty much. I mean, when I say everything, that's pretty much everything. That's what they do. This is the ninja one. And you may not even be thinking with this, but who you have connected with on social media, I see guys who will go on social media and they'll fight with other people on social media. And it's super exciting because you can sit there, you know, with your Cheetos in the basement of your grandmother's house, and you can fight with other people with no repercussions. That's pretty much what happens today online. You can sit there and you're like, oh yeah, I'm winning this battle. Honestly, who cares? If you have people who are being nasty and negative and things like that on your social media, delete them, unfriend them, unfollow them. And that's not because, oh, well, I don't care, I don't want to receive that, not blah, blah, blah. I just don't see those conversations being done in a way to solve a problem. If you have disagreement on political views, disagreements on religious views, disagreements on business views, disagreements on personal views. You're not like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm going to come up to some epiphany about life because they were fighting on Facebook. If you want to correct that with somebody, then give them a call, see them in person, be a real human, and go and talk it out. And if you want to do it that way, hey man, power to you. Because most people today, they're based on their education that they've had, they're sitting there and they'll read a meme. They're now taking that, and you have 3 bullet points about something, and that's what they take as truth. Be specific about who you surround yourself with. Be specific about who you listen to. Don't waste your time on things that are just nasty, negative, etc., etc. Go spend your time building your life. Go spend your time achieving your goals. Go spend your time learning new things for real. You're gonna be so much happier. Comment, like, subscribe. Hey, you know, one thing I'd love to hear about, comment about any times that you had somebody who was negative, that was, you know, that you were connected with, and then once you actually got them out of your space, right? You kind of like didn't have to spend so much time with them. How did life change for you? I'd love to hear how life changed after you removed some of these negative people, this negative communication from your life. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.